Today I want to talk to you about overcoming loneliness. 1 in 5 people experiences the suffering of loneliness. So if you're experiencing loneliness, you're not alone. I'm not making fun of it. I know it's a very devastating experience, a very dark experience. And I want to share with you a true story about a friend of mine who I fondly call the ponytail guy. I first met the ponytail guy about 10 years ago, 4 years before my stroke. I was biking about 4 miles. It was over 90 degrees that day, and I was complaining to myself. And then I saw this guy with a long ponytail pushing an old-fashioned wheelchair on the trail, and I was amazed. I said, I have to talk to this guy. So I rushed ahead and caught up with him. And we talked for about 20 minutes. And these are some of the things that I learned from the ponytail guy, which may help you to overcome loneliness. First of all, he said that he used his solitude and his exercise to help him overcome loneliness. In other words, he said, I got comfortable with my new self because obviously the reason that he was in a wheelchair was that he was a construction worker and he fell from a very high place and he broke his spine and his legs shriveled up and they just turned into little stubbles, and he was confined to a wheelchair for the rest of his life. He said that exercise helped him to initiate action to go out and meet people. And he found a new purpose in life, which was to inspire other people in his situation who had no use of their legs. He actually formed an organization, and they competed against able-bodied people in rock climbing ropes, and he always won those competitions. He had a positive attitude. I mean, I've never met anybody as positive as the ponytail guy. He initiated contact with other people. In other words, he didn't stay in solitude. He would initiate action with other people. He joined a lot of different groups to do that. And he helped to set up these events to challenge people. So one way to overcome your loneliness is, first of all, to use solitude and exercise, because exercise helps to stimulate positive things in your brain, positive hormones, and helps to relieve anxiety and depression and the feelings of despair and loneliness. And you'd be more inclined to want to initiate action and build bridges to other people. There's a lot of different meetup groups that are available. from A to Z, depending upon what you're interested in. If you're interested in crocheting, I'm sure there's a meetup group. A lot of opportunities to connect with new people. As I mentioned in my previous video, sometimes your old friends and your family, may not want to have anything to do with you anymore. And don't blame yourself, but you want to try to build bridges to those people. Exercise, getting comfortable with yourself will help you to build your confidence. You want to try to fend for yourself as much as you can. The less needy you are, the less dependent you are on other people, the less overwhelmed they're going to feel, and the less overwhelmed they feel because you're needy, you're high maintenance, the more inclined they're going to want to reconnect with you or make you as a new friend. If you're overly needy and high maintenance, it just may overwhelm them and turn them off. So even if you're slow, in other words, it takes me much longer to take a shower than it used to, or if it takes you a long time to put your socks and your pants on, but try to fend for yourself as much as possible. Try to do what you can for yourself and be less needy. And the less needy and high maintenance you are, the more inclined people are going to want to reconnect with you. It's not necessarily your fault or their fault. It's just kind of human nature. Everybody has their own agenda, and sometimes people just get overwhelmed. Another suggestion I have is to avoid a pity party with yourself. Excuse me, I have a little cold today. Avoid a pity party with yourself. Try to look at the flowers and not the weeds. My friend, the ponytail guy, was very good at that. He wasn't self-conscious about the fact that his legs were little stubbles, and he kind of used that as an advantage for his agenda in terms of helping other people with their events. And anytime we give out to other people, we get back. So if we give out love, if we give out gratitude, if we give out kindness, and we're not so self-conscious about ourselves, we're not looking at the weeds, we're looking at the flowers, what you're going to find is that people are going to be more attracted to you, and you will, in time, reconnect, if you want to, reconnect with your family, with your old friends, and you'll make new friends. And it does require energy and effort to do these things. And that's where the exercise, which is, of course, is very healing for us. We have to do a lot of exercise anyhow to recover from a stroke, and we have to keep maintaining that. really for the rest of our lives. And we need a lot of sleep also. So I understand these things. But in time, you can make new friends. You can perhaps reconnect with your family, your old friends, depending on where they're at, where you're at. So don't be afraid to invite others. And one other point that I want to make is there's a great book, The 5 Languages of Love, which I find very helpful. I put a link to it in the description. I think the author's name is Chapman. The 5 Languages of Love, which really do work, are words of affirmation. If we can praise other people in a sincere way, giving them gifts that are sincere. We don't have to spend a lot of money, but sometimes, I don't know if you've ever gotten a gift that was just something personally made for you and how good that made you feel. Acts of service. Some people need you to do things for them to help them out. And of course, spending quality time with people and physical touch. So these are some tips that I have to share with you about overcoming loneliness, and I hope this helps you. Stay happy, healthy, and strong.